Okay, I've switched my governor around and all of the focuses on my world. So if I take you through my planets, you can see they are now all focusing on manufacturing. And 3 of my planets are actually sending their production to the shipyards. If I go into here, you can see they're all within 6 tiles, so they're getting no malice or distance decay, it's called, to the shipyard. But my actual production I'm sending here is a small amount still, 45.2. You can see that if I click on Infernum, it should be 52.6, but because the reason why it's lowered is because of the military manufacturing having minus 30% to it. And in fact, we get less production anyway. You can see the unproductive trait is minus 30%. So with a normal race, with the normal production amounts, and take for example if they didn't have any production bonuses, which most of them do, this would be a lot higher for that amount. So it'd probably be more like 70, 80. I mean, if it, with a Dredge engine, it would probably be 80 or 90 for those 3 worlds, with their production bonuses maybe. So this is a really big problem with this custom race. We're not going to be able to get things done very quickly, at least until I can get better techs and build up the infrastructure on my worlds, upgrade stuff. But we're going in the right direction. I'm doing really well, I'd say at this point, very well. But I've had a lucky start, definitely. So this colony ship is due to get done in a turn, and then I've got this new ion drive technology, haven't I? So if I go into the designer, I've created ships previously. So which one am I going to be using? That's one of these has ion drive. That one there is one I've previously created. I've actually got enough room there to stick another range module on it, so this is probably going to be my main colony ship in actual fact. One range module, I've only got a range of what, 18, 19? I think it's 18. So yeah, I'm going to get a colony ship out to there straight away after I've done that. And I'm actually only 2 planets away from being able to pick that up if I were to pick both Malevolent. 100% to military manufacturing would increase both of those 2 worlds in the shipyard by 100%. So this will skyrocket then. I'll be making colony ships a lot quicker. That's the plan anyway. Right, so colony ship is done. So this one is a very slow moving colony ship, which is going to come and colonize down there. Okay, took 500 million off. I should probably be sticking food on some of these planets rather than making more factories actually, because they've had the pop caps already, but look at the production. It's absolutely dreadful, so need factories as well. Right, that can come down here, rule of 3. Ooh, brilliant. Maybe not. Space junks. Space junks about 100 credits maximum. May even be worthwhile me beelining for it though, because I'm so low on money currently. This colony ship can come down here. I could do with more scouts perhaps. I may even make one, I'm not sure though. But my scouts are going to be crap because I have less cargo space, so it's not so worthwhile doing. Using colony ships as scouts is what is the best thing to do really anyway. Right, let's figure out how much range I need for that to get up there. So that's 1 tile out with that scout ship, and it has a range of 21.6. Now this ion drive ship, which I'm going to be upgrading, has 18.9. So I need to use this design. I'm going to add an extra environmental support, so that capacity trade module is coming in handy here. I'm going to stick that there, and you can see there's an ion drive there, I think, of which I've hidden there just for cosmetic reasons. That is, it doesn't actually, yeah, that's literally why. Right, so that's got how much range? 27. Brilliant. I could make it cheaper by taking one of those off and using a life support actually, to save manufacturing costs, but maybe that's overdoing a bit. But having said that, my manufacturing is so dreadful it probably would be a good idea, but I'm not actually going to bother. So I have my naming conventions as well for the ship side design. So D for drive, R for range. Put all the details there. Oh, looks like I've already made a ship called that. Let's call it Ion. Right, and save. And I think if you want to have it as a template in future games, you need to come back into here and actually save it as a template. At least you used to. I'm not sure if you still do, to be honest. Right, so let's make one of those at 127 each. 3 turns it's going to take. So I think I'll make that, grab that. I'm not I might even research something after I've gotten that out. I'm not sure. Right, let's end the turn. The next time I can speak with the Snathi, whose relations are actually going up. He's even happy with me, which I'm... Wow, that's brilliant. Yeah, so the next time I can speak with them is in 4 turns, I think. I've never played against the Snathi before, actually, so I'm not used to how they work. But they have a minus to diplomacy, so that's why he's basically happy currently. So I think we can keep happy with them early game, but late game not, so... Probably. The Drengin and the Altarians... Well, all the other races I've selected may actually be more of a threat to me than the Snathi. I thought the Snathi might be a bit of a threat, but perhaps they won't be though. Right, this colony ship can keep on coming down here. How much do I have stored? I don't have any stored in it actually, but that's 2 turns left. Right, next turn. Okay. Sure, I think I will come back down there first. That's a manufacturing relic, which I'm definitely going to want to pick up at some point. It's a graveyard, which I'm not going to be able to pick up yet. Scout ship can come over there. There's actually another habitable planet there. So I need to get down there quick to stop the Snathi from getting it. Yeah, I may even bring the colony ship I'm making now down there first, I'm not sure. Don't really know where the Snathi are, they're probably down here some... Well actually, the Snathi ship that we found wasn't a survey ship, so it could have gone through a wormhole potentially. They may not even be down here, the Snathi. It is possible. That does happen sometimes. This is the... whatchamacallit... precursor world. So it's only got... I need to get the food up here, probably. Make some farms. Since we have minus 80%. I'm not even sure how worthwhile it's going to be, to be honest, making a ton of farms here. But, right, so that's where I can terraform later on, which helps me plan this out. Let's make a farm there. Put that on the list. I think that's it for the turn. Press cancel there, and I've met the Iconians. We were ancient when the universe was new, but are now only a dim shadow of what we once were. Now keeping these on side is going to be a lot harder, because they are benevolent, are the skill and diplomacy. So that's a bit of an issue, to say the least. I don't know where I found them either. Right, scout there. So maybe there, that by here, possibly. Let's keep on coming over to... Right, that's a pirate. Pirates are only a threat if you go within a couple of tiles, and sometimes even when you go within a couple of tiles, they're not really a threat. They don't always attack you. Okay, you can't move through the stars, so you can't get me. Right, there's a couple of planets down there. So, Right, I've got a lot to colonize here already. Right, I can't pick that up. Let's come down here. Okay. Wish I had an extra range module on this maybe now to come down there, but I don't. Am I gonna make more ships? No, I can actually speak to the Iconians, can't I? So let's check this out. They only have 5 colonies. They started to make some combat ships. I don't think I want to trade any of my stuff to him, although there's bound to be some techs in there that I want. There's a new thing that was added in patch 1.5, some diplomatic features. So you can do that, but the downside is anyone who dislikes him won't react well to that. That's removed ships entirety, and this is like a bribe. So either keep them on side or extort money from them. I don't think I'm going to do any of those. That's gone down a bit. I'm tempted to do the friendship one. Oh, can I get open borders of these? Oh, I can, right? I want to do that. I definitely want to do that now then. Try and keep them on side. Don't think there's anything else I want to trade here, so oh wow, it gave me a lot for that, brilliant. Yeah, let's just do that. Can I do the... I can still do that if I wanted to. Still going down a lot. So what I really need to do now is time this correctly. I want to get this by turn 40, I think, and I've got a decent chance of doing it. How many planets can I colonize? 4, and I've already got 10 points. I need to colonize 5, I think, to get that and that. And I've got 17 turns to do it. That's kind of what I'm aiming for here. Right, so Shipyard Infernum. I'm going to keep on making these, I think. Yeah. I'm going to bring... No, I won't risk it. I'm going to go for the Precursor world first. That's too good not to risk losing, isn't it? There are 2 planets down there. Hopefully I can get both of them. It's not definite though. 3 turns for each of these ships is a long time, to be honest. I wish it wasn't. Wish I could be doing that quicker, but let's come up to here as quickly as possible. So I've got 1 en route, I've got that en route. If I can get both of those to those worlds quickly and both take them a level and picks, I can pick that up. That will increase my production. Yeah, so I can get ships out quicker straight away. So that's the aim really here. Are they both Iconians? Yeah. That's actually an Iconia ship I previously made in a previous game as them, because they use your ship designs. Looks like it was just a template ship, though it's just got nothing on it. The AI... Well... Yeah, I shouldn't be making those template ships with nothing on. If it makes the good ships I made, then it will benefit it though. Okay. So rule of 3 here, 1, 2, 3. There's a pirate there. Farm, so it's basically giving me 0.6 population per farm I make, which is pretty friggin' dreadful, isn't it? Let's make some more factories here. Okay. I need to get better farm tech definitely for that world especially. Okay, 2 turns left on that, good. Right, next turn. Right, let's come down here. Right, so I have to planet there, not a particularly good one. So I'm not going to be especially focusing on grabbing that. Come over here. The aim is to colonize at least 20 planets. If I can do that, I think I have a good chance of winning the game. Any less than that, and it's going to be a lot harder. Not necessarily going to say it. Well, I don't know. The state of the AI means that I can win the game in a lot of circumstances, I think, but it'll make me a lot more comfortable if I colonize that many, put it that way. And if I can avoid ending in a war very early on. Right, so that's there. That's not quite finished. Next turn. Okay. Another colony ship. Okay, so next turn I colonize that. This turn I colonized this, so this is has a bonus 25% research and planetary defense. I want to pick Malevolent here. Hopefully it's research. It's manufacturing. I'm going to pick Malevolent even though that gives research here. Okay, so there's bonus to food there. That is influence growth, which is pretty useless really. Let's put that on. Let's take that off. Factories, we're going to place them. Where isn't really a good place. Okay. So I need one more now. Rule of 3 here. I've done that. Let's come up here. Okay. I still don't really know where the majors are yet. I haven't been able to figure it out. I mean, I think the Iconians are down there actually, and I think the snapping may have gone through a wormhole. That's how I know about them. How much am I losing? Right, it's becoming more of an issue. I really need to find a minor race because they're the. I want to trade with them more than the majors, really. Because there are certain techs I definitely don't want to give to the majors because they would be able to benefit from it a lot more than the miners would be able to. Alright, so I've got another colony ship in there. I'm going to head towards here. Looks like I'm in a real race to grab those planets before the Iconians do. There could be a lot of habitable planets down here that I'm in risk of losing out on actually. Okay. Right, next turn. Move to there. Gonna come up here now. Okay. Right, that scout can come up here. That might be a starbase rather than a colony nearby. Here. Alright, it's actually a habitable planet there. It's only a class 6 though, so I'm going to keep on coming down here. But I need to get out more and more colonies really quickly. Right, let's colonize this. I'm almost definitely going to pick the Malevolent pick. So, what is it? It is Monrovius, a precursor world with an immense Promethean accelerator orbiting it. Shipyards sponsored by this world will produce faster ships. Now, I've got a feeling this could be overpowered. I've never had this before, but if it makes ships significantly faster, then it's definitely overpowered. Right, so let's colonize this. Right, so we've got 3 options as always. Precursor world planet, so I'll read this. An immense precursor accelerator is orbiting this world. We have been able to tap this device to create even more powerful drive systems. All of our ships built here will benefit from a great increase in speed. Some of our scientists think that they can use the accelerator to refine Illyrium as well and would like to do some experimentation. So there's that one, plus 10% to the beam attack of all of our ships. Now, I'm not sure I'm going to be taking beams for my ships, to be honest. I tend to go for Durantium railgun weapons because there's a lot more Durantium resources than the other type of resources that the other weapons specialize in. That's extra shield strength. Well, I'm taking this anyway, definitely, because I need to go malevolent, so I need to remember this. Might be worthwhile going beams in this game. Okay. Right, so we've got a couple of... Oh wow, an extra capacity, an extra sensor. Let's put that on there temporarily. Let's take that off. Right, I've got to figure out what I'm building on here in a minute, but what I'm actually going to do now is pick the ideology. So I'm going to pick Ruthless. So actually, before I do that, let's check out my shipyard production. So it's 36 for that and 4.3 for that, and now it's going to be, if I go back here, 89.4 and 10.4, and you can see it works for all of the home system planets. This is why I was thinking of maybe having the Kryn's home world with 3 planets rather than Iconia with just 2 planets, but yeah, that's great now. So I'm actually going to be able to make colony ships in a pretty decent time. In fact, almost one every turn. If I get a tiny bit more production, I will be able to do one every turn. So we're now in a situation where I'm nearly at where I would be in terms of colonizing potential as with any other normal race, without all of these negatives to racial traits. Obviously the racial traits are going to have a big effect on everything still, but at least I can colonize almost at the rate that I'd normally be able to now. Okay, so let's check diplomacy screen for a second now. That's gone up by 5 points, so I still need to colonize 3 worlds before I can get that. I preferably need to do that before about turn 40, when I think one of these AIs might declare war. That's going down significantly already, and I'm getting worried about that. So, right, I need to put a building somewhere here. Influence and wealth, approval. What's that? Military research. I think I might put research here eventually because of that resource. So I'm going to put manufacturing up there, I think, rather than get the early adjacency bonuses from that. I've got to be... Normally I'm not too careful about where I put stuff early on, but arguably I need to be a lot more careful with the negative amounts to production here, but yeah, I'll have to figure things out in a bit. Right, so that's got a free factory there. May even should have made that shipyard there than a free factory actually, but yeah, it's something I need to... This gives extra movement supposedly, doesn't it? Now I could have it focus production to the shipyard already in actual fact, and then may actually get extra movement from it. You know what, I'm going to stick that on. I'm going to find out about that this turn. So it's Monrovius, is it? So let's do that, and this colony ship should have a movement of 8. Let's see how much it actually gets. Okay, so next turn. I have a colony, brilliant. Right, so this ship has a movement of 9. So I think it's just given an extra point of movement, in effect. Yeah, because that said 8. So it's doubling the initial movement point that you get and not anything else. There's another one that works for range, and that works in the same way as well. So yeah, luckily it doesn't seem to be overpowered at all. But an extra movement point is nice, having said that. Right, so I'm gonna probably bring this down here. Definitely bring it down here. Where's the scout to? Go there, rule of 3. That can come down here. I think I might use this to colonize that one. Okay, gonna bring that down there. Okay, and I want this. I don't want this focusing its production to the shipyard. I need it to make stuff here, so I'm actually going to take that off now. So I'm going to lose out on a point of movement, basically. But yeah, I think I need to do that for the time being, at least. So let's take off Monrovius. Okay. Right, so I've looked all around there. I've increased the range after having colonized that up there. Iconians are by there. Kind of need to find out what's over there still. Probably send a colony ship rather than this ship to it. Let's come up there then. Idle colony. Right, looks like I've made some more factories here. I've actually got half decent production now. Let's hit this pop cap again. Let's make some more food there. Shipyard idle. Let's make some more of these. I think this is my standard colony ship is gonna be. Let's check the design there. Yeah, it looks. Oh, actually, look, I picked up an extra capacity module at some stage, didn't I? What I could do then is take off one of these and add a hyperdrive engine, which is 10 mass, to increase the speed a bit more. Depends how much range I need, really. Or I could... yeah, this is an interesting question. Should I... Right, I'm going to design some new ships.